the work volunteers are doing, and the impact and contribution they are causing to achieve peace and sustainability.
All right. So how do the volunteers really work within the United Nations system?
We are not really. There's an organized system within the United Nations, and there are also volunteers who volunteer in different facets at organizational levels and individually. And in Zimbabwe, there is the National Committee of Volunteering for Development that spearheads the aspects of volunteers in Zimbabwe. And within that framework, there are various volunteer involving organizations that engages volunteers at grassroots level or corporate level. And we also have virtual volunteerism, which is online volunteerism, where you volunteer from your home or from your workplaces, solving a particular case in a different part of the world.
All right. So then how does a volunteer connect with the United Nations, whether it's at an individual capacity level or maybe at an organizational level?
In terms of connecting with the United Nations, there is a system that they have. You apply, then they have a recruitment process that you then go through. Then if you are engaged, they will place you. There is really a systematic process that they do as the United Nations.
All right. So what are the advantages? Somebody's listening to you right now, watching you right now. What are the advantages of an individual volunteering and an organization volunteering?
The advantage, there are too many to mention. There is an advantage to the particular volunteer, and there's an advantage to communities and the organization. To volunteers specifically, they improve their skills, their networking, and they satisfy the cause that drives them. And that way they develop, because volunteerism, it's doing things free of will. And in terms of organization, it's when the objectives of organizations are met through the engagement of volunteers.
All right.
And for the community, there are problems that the communities face, and the best people who solve those particular volunteers, because they're driven by passion as the first motivation factor.
All right. So now, where will this year's commemorations for the Volunteer Day taking place? Where will that be?
This year, the national event will be taking place in Glenview at Glenview New Hall, and we're expecting over 500 volunteers and invited guests to come and grace the occasion. And we are very grateful that we are getting recognition by the government. Two ministers who are gracing the occasion, that is Honorable Miriam Shukukwa and Honorable Kasukuere, and the UN High Delegation, the top leadership of UN, will come and be with the volunteers, particularly the grassroots that are on the ground in Glenview.
All right, so what is the theme for this year's commemorations?
This year's theme is very great to volunteers, because it's saying global applause, give volunteers a hand.
Okay.
We're looking at that theme. There are two aspects to it. There is one where we are saying help volunteers. They are spending a lot of time assisting the communities, but if you look at their plight, they also need assistance, and there's that aspect of needing assistance. And the other part is applauding to volunteers, clapping hands for them.
Mm-hmm. All right, so in terms of this particular event, which is taking place on Monday the 5th?
Monday the 5th,
okay.
Yes.
Who is invited to come? Is it just for the volunteers, or anybody and everybody can also come in?
This is a day for volunteers to celebrate and to get recognized. So all volunteers, everyone is invited, and we are showcasing what we have done as volunteers, and we are also saying if there is a hand that needs to be given to us, we are appreciating it as well.
All right, there you go. Trymore Karikoga, President of Volunteers Federation, who is part of the team that will be hosting the celebration of the volunteers on the 5th of December. So there you go. Thank you so much for coming through to Good Morning Zimbabwe.
Thank you, McDonald.
All right, well now we